It's a band on its leg, and that band has a 9-digit number on it. It's like the bird's social security number. It'll wear it for the rest of its life. If we ever recapture that bird again anywhere in the world, you can record that number. It goes into a database. You know exactly where that bird came from, and whoever banded it knows exactly where.
You got a second? Is that name on it?
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing that we always do is we band the bird. Have we banded this bird?
We have banded this bird.
We have banded this
We're
bird.
passing around the bands so people can look at it.
Take a look at the band. There's just one band outside, and that's actually an old film canister. Some of y'all probably recognize that. They were great
They're hard
for
to come
holding
by.
the band. So within that tube are about 100 bands. We have one of them out, and so bands come in different sizes. So we've picked a size that fits perfectly with the size of this bird. So we can make sure that it's a great fit, and it's going to be able to move on the bird's leg and slide up and down, but it's not going to go over the toes or up over the ankle joint, which is that what you might think of being the knee joint is actually the bird's ankle joint. This bird today, and then we can gather data when we recapture it. You can actually learn a lot about it. Theoretically, maybe that bird is recaptured in some other place where it migrates to, and we could get a lot of information about its migration as well.
Where about did you find that bird?
Do you want me to take tail and any of that, or no?
You could do tail and you could do
want
tail
tail? Okay.
and wing.
I got
if you haven't
wing.
already done thing. So we do some very basic measurements. The length of its wing is kind of a standard thing that is done. The length of its tail is a standard thing that's done. Audubon has been working with Prothonotary warblers for about a decade and have done some really interesting things with them, which is why we particularly caught this bird. So we targeted this individual bird, and it's part of a big project that we've been doing really across the southeast with a lot of collaborators. So she's holding it in a way that keeps the bird's legs safe, but it makes a nice opportunity for people to get photos. And she'll kind of walk it around. This bird is obviously trying to fly away, but it can't fly away because she's holding its legs, but it's also not damaging its legs. So this is a male Prothonotary warbler. We know it's a male because it's bright yellow on the top of his head and on the back of its neck, on its nape. A female Prothonotary warbler would be very yellow on her breast, bright. Blowing on the bird's chest and onto his belly. Does anybody know the answer as to what we were looking for there? Fat and or brood patch, I think is what you were going to say. Males typically don't have a brood patch, and some birds they do. A lot of the warblers do not. So we usually blow on them to kind of blow apart the belly feathers, and we're looking to see how much fat they have. Birds store fat in a couple of particular places. And actually, this time of the year, you would not expect them to have any fat. Maybe in like 2 months, you might expect them to have fat right as they get ready to migrate. In fact, birds can come close to double in their body weight sometimes, some species, as they prepare for that migration. I've caught birds during the fall migration, and you blow on them, and they're just in the States. And one of only 2 cavity nesting warblers in all of the United States. Does anybody know the other cavity nesting warbler? It's a western warbler. That's a trivia question for today. If you know it, you get a, no, you don't get an answer. No, sorry. It's Lucy's warbler. Lucy's warbler. Project using these tracking devices, so we're going to walk around and show you all these as well. We're not putting one on this bird today, but we are doing a project right now with another kind of interesting warbler in the southeast, the Swainson's warbler. Anybody's familiar with that? We're doing a tracking project with those. Go to the Gulf of Mexico, they'll migrate across the Caribbean, make their way down into northern South America, and they'll make their way all the way back. At Beilder, we'll see the birds we'll ban them in 1 year, and we see them the next year, they come back to the same exact place. So not just back to Beilder Forest, not just back to Lake Conestee, there's a chance that you'll see this exact bird back right down there on Woody Walk this time next year. So it's amazing site fidelity, that ability to come back to the same place year after year. What we're doing up here yesterday, thank you for asking, is, and if you looked at the news yesterday or today, we were up at Caesar's Head unveiling the new Modus Tower. So this device right here actually connects with light levels. It records light level data, but there's another type of tracking device that you can use called a nano tag, and those actually ping cell phone towers.
I don't know. Who wants to let it go? Anybody?
I'm from New York. Can I do it?
Oh, well, sure. You got a bird shirt on. So
I know.
It's a great photo.
I had to represent the pigeon.
So what we'll do is we'll let this bird go. We can take photos of the release if you would like, and then we can answer the rest of the questions. I want to show you all the geolocators as well.
So all you gotta do is hold out your hand, and I'm gonna put him in it, and then he's just gonna fly. Ideally. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Here, if you stand over here next to
I'm not going to bother. Because I know you guys are going to get much better pictures.
Down here.
Count them.
And then I'm going to count to 3. Yeah, you could just, real flat. 1, 2, 3.
Done.